so much fun. Theater is an amazing art and more people should do it.
From what's on stage right now to what's coming next and who's coming in the years ahead. Tonight, we're putting the past, present, and future of the Denver Center for the Performing Arts in the spotlight.
Hello, I'm Dillon Thomas, once again excited to talk about everything happening at our beautiful Denver Performing Arts Complex. The current theater season may be coming to a close, but it's not too late to catch the final Broadway productions of this year. And Juliet features some of the greatest pop anthems of all time, mixed with a new take on one of Shakespeare's greatest tales. Before the show arrived in Denver, I traveled to Oklahoma City for an advanced preview and got an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of the production's costume department.
If you've been alive at any point in the last 25 years, you've likely heard most of the songs in the musical and Juliet. But chances are you've never been taken behind the scenes of the production until now.
So we are now at the costume rack talking about the Tony Award-winning Paloma Young. She is so incredible. I think what's so amazing is that she's combined so many eras that you think of when you're going to see Romeo and Juliet.
Catherine Allison plays Angelique in the production.
She has a little afro pick, which I think is really cool.
She showed us how some of her costumes blend the modern with the past.
We have these classic bum rolls that they used to wear that kind of cinches the waist in, and this beautiful corset, which is kind of cool because it detaches with magnets.
Teal Wicks is cast as Anne Hathaway.
Anne, Shakespeare's wife, a very classic Elizabethan outfit. You know, we have the ruff, we have the high-waisted corset, the high lines.
But no production would be epic without Easter eggs.
This is my favorite piece in the show. Many of the cast members in the show have names on them. Hathaway, since Anne Hathaway, the real Anne Hathaway, and this is sort of her like family crest. And we have a lot of these hidden like Easter eggs.
Of course, the star of the show is Juliet.
Hello, my name is Rachel Simone Webb, and I'm here to show you all of Juliet's costumes.
But with so many pop hits and scene changes in this production, how does Juliet change costumes so quickly? Well, this fake overcoat helps.
Juliet is wearing this. She throws this off, has a quick change in the middle of a song, and has about a few seconds to do that. She comes out with this on, and she's just fabulous.
Without giving anything away, Anne Juliet is a story about the empowerment of a woman, which is not only shown by Juliet switching from mostly pink outfits to this blue pantsuit, but also in this dress, which ends the show.
You may recognize this feather. It is what's basically called a quill, and the quill represents the fact that Juliet writes her own story now.
In addition to Anne Juliet, Mamma Mia is here June 25th to the 29th. Next month, we have Some Like It Hot from July 8th through the 20th, and Moulin Rouge August 6th through the 17th. From the screen to the stage, some of the most iconic songs you've heard in your favorite shows and films have one thing in common: Marc Shaiman. The composer has won Emmy, Grammy, and Tony Awards, and one of his latest works, the score of Some Like It Hot. I met up with him in Philadelphia before the musical comedy comes here to Denver.
If you've never seen the movie before,
Some Like It Hot is a comedy about mistaken identities.
not just stories of who people perceive you to be,
But it also means, who are you? And have you been mistaken your whole life about who you are?
few would know better than Marc Shaiman. With lyrics written by Scott Whitman, Shaiman loves his role in Some Like It Hot.
What do I love about the music of this production? Well, I wrote it.
He's worked with some of the biggest names in showbiz, but with Some Like It Hot, he also has been able to work with a unique sound. True to 1930s big band era.
It's just that birth of swing music, and such great songwriting was happening, whether it was Duke Ellington and Fats Waller, or Harold Arlen, or Cole Porter. There was a great melting pot in New York of black and white creators, you know, writing lyrics and music, rejoicing in each other.
We can't stay here, Chicago's too hot.
Without spoiling anything, Some Like It Hot is about two men who witnessed a murder. So, in order to hide from the mob, they go under disguise and join a women's band touring the nation. Combining the sound of classic Broadway with the plot was nothing but fun for Shaman.
I just love the big band. Some Like It Hot was just this great moment where I got to revel in this kind of songwriting. You know, we just love this time period.
While the music is true to the early to mid 20th century, Shaman says both the score and the story promise to captivate audiences of all ages.
I feel the music of Some Like It Hot is something that all generations should be able to enjoy because it's a joyful sound. It's hard not to be taken in with the sound of, you know, Some Like It Hot.
Some like it hot, and that ain't bad.
While it'll be hard to beat this season, we are already getting excited for the next Broadway season. Here's a look at what's ahead.
The next season starts October 7th with the musical comedy Shucked.
Corn, I'm talking corn.
Then it's the return of Disney's The Lion King on October 23rd. Just in time for the holiday season, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas hits the stage December 3rd. It has all of the hit songs you can't get enough of. Make sure to bring your tissues because The Notebook is coming on December 16th.
Hey, I'm Noah.
I'm Allie.
Kicking off 2026 a step back in time as the musical Six remixes 500 years of historical heartbreak into a celebration of powerful women. The show starts January 7th. Water for Elephants arrives February 11th. The show features a man who joins the crew of a traveling circus. Then it's an oldie, but a goodie. The Music Man hits the stage on February 27th. That's followed by another legendary show, The Phantom of the Opera.
Gentlemen!
The revitalized production starts March 18th. Alicia Keys' new musical, Hell's Kitchen, arrives on April 14th. It's based on her story growing up in New York. May 5th, Hadestown hits the stage. It's described as haunting and hopeful. Then MJ makes its return to Denver on May 13th. With all the iconic songs and dance moves from the King of Pop. May 30th, Denver welcomes Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. It's full of music and magic.
Do not lose the boy. I have to protect my son.
The Sound of Music will be here July 29th. It's been winning the hearts of audiences for over 65 years now. Don't say it 3 times, but the strange and unusual Beetlejuice arrives August 4th. That's followed by the musical comedy Monty Python's Spamalot on August 11th. The season wraps up with the winner of the 2024 Tony Award for the Best Musical, The Outsiders. Even though tickets aren't yet on sale for the general public, the DCPA's executive director of Broadway, John Eckerberg, says you can still guarantee a seat.
So the best way to experience these shows is to become a season subscriber. That way you get a package of all 8 shows. You don't have to worry about planning ahead of time.
Before reaching the beautiful theaters at the Denver Performing Arts Complex, many get their start in high school theaters. Up next, we'll meet the stars of the smaller stages. The Tony Awards are the highest honor when it comes to theater. But here in Colorado, for high school teens, the next closest thing to the Tonys are the Bobby G Awards. Hosted by the Denver Center for the Performing Arts, the Bobby Gs review and recognize the best productions and performers in our local high schools.
At the end of the school year,
I never thought I would be here in the first place.
hundreds of the best teenage performers in Colorado, from Pueblo to Fort Collins, Grand Junction to Greeley, descend into Denver. The Ellie Calkins Opera House is where the best in the state come to be recognized.
It's amazing. We've all worked so hard.
Like the Tonys, the Denver Center's Bobby G Awards recognize the best in theater.
I try to think of everything
but at the high school level, from best costume designers to best makeup artists, choreographers, and more.
It was the best experience.
While many names were called, Parker's Lutheran High won the 2025 award for Best Overall Production for their take on Newsies. Jillian Litzow took home the award for Best Director, an award meant for educators.
God just blessed us to be here.
But she wasn't the only from Lutheran to win big.
To hear our name called like 3 different times to win tonight was unbelievable and just kind of magical.
The third coming when her lead in the show, Grayson Graham, won the award for Outstanding Performance in a Leading Role.
Knowing that I have the opportunity here right now in Denver to do that has been amazing.
To see him grow and like step outside of his comfort zone and to reach the heights that he reached to create that amazing character is such a blessing.
The actress who won the same award was Hannah Schnorr of Fossil Ridge High School in Fort Collins.
I'm so excited!
That's not my name. And it's such an honor, and like all of the nominees are so talented. So when they called my name, I was like, me?
The two teens are now headed to New York to compete with students from across the country. In the meantime, all the winners say they are grateful that the Bobby G's recognize student productions.
It doesn't matter who they are, where they're coming from, but that they allow like a program like this to actually come to be and just celebrate the arts and the theater for these kids. It's amazing.
Through this award show, these students say they are inspired to pursue careers in the arts.
We're all gifted and we're all blessed. And I think we all have a shot at something like this. Maybe there's more I could do in the music field, and maybe I could dip into more acting.
Work hard and dream big and just keep working towards their goals because it's so much fun. Theater is an amazing art and more people should do it.
Some of these actors will eventually move from the high school stage to the big lights of Broadway. Up next, we'll highlight the career paths that led some of the local stars to the national stage. Before the break, you saw how local high school theater productions can truly lay a foundation for students all across Colorado. Many of those students go on to study the arts in college, and some even land roles on Broadway or off. We're putting the spotlight on a few locals who have taken what they learned here in Colorado on to a national tour.
We are honored.
In the dance studio of Grandview High School,
This school is so special to me.
students studying the arts have living proof
They spend all day loading our set in.
they can make it under the lights of Broadway.
And I owe so much, I think, of where I am now to the training and the chances and opportunities I got here at Grandview because of Brianna Lindahl.
It wasn't too long ago Christy Orbendorf was quite literally in the same place as these students, listening to a Broadway touring actor tell them about how they can be cast into a major production.
I think that was a moment where I really was like, oh, this is something that I can do too.
While nearly 2,000 miles away from Broadway, the Colorado Front Range has created some of the best performers and creative minds on stage today. From those working behind the scenes.
Did you do much theater growing up in Aurora?
I did. I did tech theater in high school. I would do lighting and sound and video out at Eagle Crest High School. We had great theater teachers there.
To those on stage.
I'm so lucky and grateful that I grew up in Denver, Colorado.
Annalie Ashford is an actress, dancer, and singer. Since graduating from Wheat Ridge High School, she has starred on Broadway and is also on Paramount's Happy Face.
I also grew up in the Denver theatrical community that I feel had such a beautiful hand in not only making me the performer and the artist that I am, but also making me the person that I am.
Aurora's own Andres Quintero went to Rangeview High School before joining a previous tour of Moulin Rouge.
I was involved in the theater department that was ran by Tammy Strauss.
We found his high school theater director for a reunion.
This is where I grew up seeing Broadway shows.
That won't be forgotten anytime soon.
Did she kind of encourage you to do the show?
100.
Proud of you, Andrea.
Oh my God, what are you doing here?
I can't wait for the world to see what I've known for all these years.
Meanwhile, Christy said she wanted the students to know determination and ambition.
It's a little spicy, but it's fun.
Always star on Broadway.
Being a kind person and a hardworking person inevitably always wins out over talent.
Denver's performing arts scene isn't all about the tours. The local theater company has some amazing productions as well. Here's a look at what's ahead this season.
The Happiest Man on Earth comes to Denver on September 19th. The one-man show is based on a New York Times best-selling memoir. Then the American classic Cat on a Hot Tin Roof hits the stage October 3rd. That's followed by another classic, A Christmas Carol. The show is here November 21st through December 28th. Then on January 16th, it's the world premiere of Cowboys and East Indians. It's described as a rare exploration of rural immigrant experiences in the American West. Another Western-themed production, Godspeed, hits the stage on January 30th. The spring brings Next to Normal, which is a pop rock anthem that should hit close to home. It starts April 3rd. Then the literary delight, English, arrives on April 17th. The theater season wraps up with Somewhere on May 1st. It's full of music and dance and plenty of drama. Unlike Broadway productions, the DCPA's theater company is just about all local. Chris Coleman is the artistic director.
We will rehearse here. We're building the sets right here. So it's built, crafted for Colorado by Colorado.
Some of the Broadway tours coming next season have been here before, including the pop hit MJ. Up next, we look at some of the iconic dance moves which are definitely not as easy as they may look. Next season, one of the most popular musicals on tour returns to the Buell Theater. Of course, we are talking about MJ the Musical. While the pop icon was known for his voice and fashion, he was also a legendary dancer. And I experienced that firsthand.
I got a crash course lesson myself.
I was behind on that one.
The cast kindly walked me through each step very slowly.
Bend to your knees, shots, pop, close, pull, shoot.
Oh, I squatted. No, I almost had it.
I remember like being like 5 and like, you know, doing like Smooth Criminal.
Knowing I have 2 left feet.
This is the fun, tricky part. But you want to think if you would just go like
everything
this.
else was easy so far.
Yeah.
We don't really get better unless we actually fail.
And with that, there was no going back. But after 10 minutes,
come on, freestyle.
And an impromptu freestyle nobody ever wanted or needed to see.
Hey, you've been hit by cock, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. Yeah, from when I saw you.
Yeah.
You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Luckily for you, the pros will be the ones on stage for the rest of this tour.
Shows you that you really can do it and that you really can achieve it. If you trust the process and believe in yourself, anything is possible.
Smooth criminal.
From locally produced theatrical hits to legendary Broadway productions, the Denver Center for the Performing Arts is the hub for the greatest shows on stage each season. And it's my honor to bring all of you behind the scenes for exclusive access to everything at the DCPA. As the curtain closes on one season, the work is already underway to bring the next into the spotlight. For CBS News Colorado, I'm Dillon Thomas.